Usenak trying to go short serve again, and it comes up very short. Point goes to the Jaguars.
And I see what she's trying to do. They have their block force way up front. They're trying to get it right over their head. But this is the second time she was just too short to get it over there.
Julia Rodriguez serving it up now. Rodriguez serve goes to Rogers. Hogan will set here for Summer, and Summer's attack went long. Pacers looking for a tip, and they are not going to get the call.
Coach Cox over there, he's like, you have to see that. There was a lot of power on that hit from Summer. It's rare it just goes out of bounds like that.
The Jaguars will take the point. Rodriguez will take serve. Jaguars set it on up for Nelson. Nelson's attack hits the line. And Nelson, picking up the point for Augusta, takes the lead. Rodriguez serve goes to Rogers. A little trouble with it. Bishop bails her out. Summer with the tip, and Summer finds the opening in the back row.
And this is like the shades of the first time they played each other on November 11th. They were both fighting back and forth. Right there was just a miscommunication from the backcourt in AU. I think they were trying to tell number 3 to get back there and get that ball.
Serve from Hukel. Saavedra will set, tipped on over, and the deception works. They faked Witherspoon and went with Nelson, and she'll pick up the kill to retake the lead.
And that was a very great deception right there. I mean, that had all of the Pacers stunned. They didn't know what was going to happen.
Sydney Harrington serving. Duzenak receives it. Hogan sets for Allie Bishop, and that attack is long again. Pacers look for a tip. This time they're going to get the call. Oh, it'll be a kill for Bishop.
You don't get it the first time, you're more than likely going to get it the second time. Again, Bishop bringing this fire and energy to the Pacers team right now.
Madison Fox with serve. Nelson receives it. Harrington sets. Attack from Saavedra through the block. Bostic is there. Set from Fox for Patterson, and that one is stuffed. Witherspoon and Saavedra will get credit for the block.
I mean, that was a fantastic block by Saavedra and Witherspoon. There was no chance of getting that through their hands.
Both 5'10", but jumping like they're 6'2" on that play.
Jumping out the building.
Libby Nichols with serve now for the Jaguars, and it goes into the net. Another free point for the Pacers, and we're tied up again at 14. Halfway through this first set, neither squad able to gain much ground on the other.
And I saw that just on her face. She knew she hit that wrong.
Alexi Rogers' serve, hard serve, is played by Mateos. Saavedra on the attack, funneled right to Fox on the dig. Back for Rogers again. Rogers looking to go back row. That one a little too far on the swing.
I don't think you're going to get a tip every time, ladies. I know that you're hitting the ball very powerful with a lot of power, and so sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Witherspoon with service. Ooh, shanked. And it's going to get pushed on over. Pacers able to recover nicely. Sitsarevich's attack is blocked at the net, kept alive though. Now Mateos gives it a swing. Looking back row, and Angela Mateos finds the line in the back end for a kill.
That's the third time Mateos has found it in the back court on the Pacers side. They have to adjust on that.
Witherspoon's serve is to Rogers again. Better reception this time as Fox sets for Pearson. Pearson gets it through the block for a kill.
It was just way out of reach for Rodriguez. Coach Koros is telling her you got to be careful where you are because you're not going to be in position to get that ball.
Bostic serve, good movement. Witherspoon receives. Harrington short set. Attack is pinballed around. Pacers keep it alive. Mateos on the swing, blocked at the net. Anna Summer stuffing the ball down.
If you are loving this volleyball, then you don't have a pulse and you don't like this rivalry. This is amazing right now.
And the Pacers with a little extra motivation trying to play spoiler to Augusta's conference championship dreams. Set up here for Saavedra, trying to get it over top of the block. Pacers work it over to Duzenak. It's Rodriguez, Harrington, Sincerevich. Bostic gets the dig there. Fox short set for Summer. Work through the block to Harrington. Rodriguez sets for Saavedra again, and that one is going to beat out Madison Fox on her right-hand side for the kill.
And Saavedra, she didn't get it the last time, but this time she knew exactly what to do. She knew they were out of place, hit it right there in the back right corner of the Pacers. Boom.
Mia Saavedra steps to the line to serve. A 1-point lead for Augusta. Make it no point lead for Augusta. The serve goes long, and we're tied at 17 now.
And we have gone a very long time with no break, no timeout. It's not common that you see that.
Well, both teams are firing on all cylinders right now. Hasn't been a need to really break up the momentum as this serve is worked to Rodriguez. Mateos gives it a hard swing. Rogers got under it. Mateos gives it another swing, and this time she's going to find pay dirt for the kill.
Mateos leading the way with AU with the kills. They're going to need to lean on her to finish out this match because it's neck and neck.
Hunter McFarland for Augusta to serve. 18-17, the Jags lead. Bostic receives. Hogan trying to keep it in play, and it ends up getting pushed on down. And Augusta finally stringing together back-to-back points takes the 2-point advantage. And now we get our first timeout coming from the Pacer bench. 19-17, Augusta leads the Pacers here in set number 1. Come back from the break. Augusta leading 19-17 over the Pacers. Augusta has a lot to play for in this match with the possibility of a number 1 seed in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Pacers are just trying to play spoiler, as we said. They have locked down the 4th seed in the PBC tournament. They will play Georgia College and State University in round 1 of the PBC tourney. Set here for Anna Summer. She tips it over top of the block and picks up the first point out of the break.
Yeah, if I was the Pacers, I want to spoil my rival. I don't want you to have any victories. You beat us twice, we're going to beat you once where it matters most.
Duzenak with serve. Received by McFarland. A set for Snitsarevich. Pacers work it around. Rogers trying to push into the back row. Jaguars ready for it. Snitsarevich blocked by Summer, but it's going to land out. It'll be a kill for number 11 in blue, or should I say navy blue. And Augusta back out in front, 2018. Serve just gets over to Rogers. Hogan will set for Bishop, goes for the tip, and Allie Bishop once again coming away with the kill.
Again, Posa trying to save it for the Jags, and she just cannot get there, cannot dig it out of the ground. Good job again for the Pacers on finding that empty row for them to get a kill.
USCA bringing Ella Hukel back out to serve as Summer heads to the bench. Hukel serve. McFarland receives, set for Witherspoon, and Witherspoon firing that one down for another kill.
She's been kind of quiet. She is up there, second lead on kills behind Nelson. And when she gets going, that's when it's going to be a problem.
It leads the team in hitting percentage, coming into the match with a .293 on the season. The only reason I think that she's behind Nelson is because in the last match, USCA focused on shutting her down, which they succeeded in doing, but then Laura Nelson had a match for the ages, which really put her in the driver's seat for total kills.
Well, now both of them are out there. They definitely got a lock on both of them.
Harrington serves it up to Duzenak. Rogers sets this one back up for Duzenak. She'll just send it on over. Rodriguez for Saavedra. Saavedra's attack. Hogan is there. Bostic with the bump set for Bishop again. Bishop off the blockers and down for another kill.
And guess on who? Nelson and Witherspoon.
Nelson and Witherspoon not the big blocking threat of the Jaguars. Witherspoon does have 74 total coming into the match. The big threat at the front of the net is definitely Snitzarevich with 118 total blocks coming into today's contest. Nelson gives it a swing, and she's able to knock it off the block for a kill.
She was coming down with all of the viciousness. That block was just right there at the wrong time where it hit off their elbows out into the out of bounds.
Serve from Nelson. Duzenak was there. They'll set for Rogers. That one will go off the block and go out. It's a kill for Lexi Rogers and another point for the Pacers.
And then it just happened to AU. So it's mirroring each other. Again, this just shows how well they know each other and how hard they're going to play against each other.
Rogers serve. Good movement into Mateos. Back onto Patterson, and she misfired, trying to go along the net where the defense wasn't, and she ends up just putting it into her own net. A costly mistake late in the match, or late in the set. Gives AU another point, and a timeout taken by Coach Cox and the Pacers. 23-21, Augusta leading, trying to go up 1-0. Both teams only needed a few seconds to go over their approaches for this next point. Augusta up again 23-21 late in the first set. Bostic receives the serve, and it's going to get shanked out of bounds. A service ace, not how the Pacers wanted to come out of the timeout, and it is set point Augusta 24-21. Rogers over to Duzenak, and this one sent into the stands, and that one will go way out of bounds. Kill for Duzenak, point for the Pacers. Set point number 2 for Augusta, 24-22. Kira Bostic serve to Mateos. Saavedra set for Snitzarevich. Bounces around. Patterson almost able to send it over, but Mateos stuffs it right back down to close out set number 1, 25-22. The Jags take the first set to go up 1-0. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second set between AU and USCA about to get underway. Augusta taking the first set 25-22 over the host Pacers. Take a look at some of the numbers from that first set. Allie Bishop leading the field with 6 kills on 8 swings for a 750 hitting percentage. She's followed by Anna Summer on the Pacers squad with 3 kills on 7 swings. Augusta, it's a tie for the first with Lauren Nelson and Angela Mateos picking up 4 kills apiece in that first set. Nelson swinging .429 after 1 set of volleyball.
Yeah, the big thing there is the team overall hitting percentage that helps AU.
And a service error to start off the second set gives the Pacers the lead 1-0. But yeah, looking at that hitting percentage total as a team, Augusta hit .268 and the Pacers hit .184. Respectable, but a .268 is going to be hard to beat any day of the week. Swing here from Nelson, and Nelson burying that one right at Bostic for a kill.
Oh, Nelson, again, her and Mateos were leading with kills for AU, and Nelson continuing what she did last time they played USCA by taking over in kills.
Rodriguez with serve, and that one's going to be in. The line judge says it was in.
And none of them are happy with that one.
Yeah, tough call to make there. From our angle, it looked like it was going to go out.
Are they going to add replay in volleyball?
Well, they'd like to, but the problem is the camera angles, even if we had replay available, that still would have been very tough to call.
Yeah.
Hogan with the setup for Anna Summer. That one runs into the blockers, worked around. Back to Nelson again. That one's stuffed, and it will be downed on the Jaguars' side. Pacers take the point. It'll be a block on the score sheet.
I'm telling you, when Bishop and Summer get up there, up at the net, you best believe that ball is coming back to your face.
Avery Pearson back onto the floor as Hukel goes back to serve. Hukel, hard serve. Saavedra will set the attack from Poza, picked up by Duzenak. Duzenak again getting it. Over to Rogers this time, into the block, and Ella Hukel makes a diving effort, can't get it to pop. And Poza will pick up the kill. Augusta will take the point.
Can we just go back to where the ball flew over Nelson, hit it with one arm, causing Duzenak to dive and try and get that ball from going out of bounds? I mean, that just shows it right there what they're up against in AU.
Well, Sydney Harrington serving. Serves it to Rogers. Hogan will set for Bishop. And it's going to be another kill for Allie Bishop.
Yeah, the Pacers are going to have to lead on Bishop. I mean, I'm telling you, fire is within her. She is fighting for her seniors today. And again, a spoiler on AU.
Bailey Corrigan checking into the match for the first time today as Madison Fox serves it up. The setup here for Nelson is going to go out through the back end. Nobody touched it. Point goes to the Pacers.
Way too powerful in that one. That was clear as day as she hit that into the stands.
Fox's serve is to McFarland this time. They'll set for Witherspoon. Duzenak is there to pick that one up. Over to Rogers on the set. Into the block. Bostic got a finger on it. Back to Rogers again. Over the block this time. Jags work it around. To Nelson. Nelson's attack down the middle for a kill.
And then she just corrects herself, and then she makes up for it with a kill. I mean, it's hard. They're going to have to do everything to Taylor to stop Nelson.
A lot of times when you're swinging that hard on that previous play, you're trying to go at the block and beat that out. But when the block comes down early, the ball ends up soaring through the back. Duzenak receives. The setup for Rogers. Rogers, hard swing, runs into the block, and it is stuffed. Saavedra picks up the block. I think Witherspoon was the other one in on it. And Augusta back out in front 5-4.
Yeah, Lexi Rogers was not happy on that one. And they just, they don't know why any of the calls are not going their way.
I think Rogers is trying to complain that there was a contact at the net. Either was contact at the net or the ball landed out. Well, either way, the point is going to stay with Augusta, as the Pacers' case wasn't strong enough. This time, though, they're not going to need a case as the ball goes way out through the back end. On the service error, Pacers take the point.
And the metaphorical, the ball doesn't lie. The ball right there proves that was supposed to be a point for the Pacers.
So Rogers floats a soft serve into Mateos. Saavedra pushes it on in. Fox was ready for it. For Corrigan. Corrigan with a light touch. And she's going to get it off a tip for the kill.
That was a great play right there. That block was coming full force. Just got to get it right over the top of the rim, and she did.
Rogers floats it in again to Mateos. Back on over for Pearson. And Avery Pearson's hard swing was a little too hard, wide to the line. And in trying to make Augusta pay, she ends up giving them their pay. And Augusta gets the point. Witherspoon serve. Rogers gets to it. Fox with the set for Duzenak. Runs into the block. Bostic is there. Fox shoveling it on over, and Madison Fox finds the opening for a campfire kill.
Oh, she's smart. She's a smart one. She knew exactly what was happening. They're caving in. You're going to find a little opening. Boom. Kill.
Kira Bostic serve. Nelson on the reception. Saavedra sets it for Snitsarevich, but it is stuffed. Anna Summer, Chloe Duzenak forming the wall, getting the point.
And she's usually the one that gets all the kills, like you mentioned earlier. Now that just got hit on her face. Block, excuse me. And then Summer said, no, I can block too.
Well, Anna Summer, as they said prior to the game, leading the conference in total blocks. This one is set for Mateos. Through the block, Duzenak is there. Fox sets for Summer, goes for the tip. Picked up by Harrington. Rodriguez to Saavedra. Rogers is there in the back row. Punched over by Fox. Rodriguez picks that one up. Mateos again on the attack. Rogers gets the dig there. Set over for Duzenak. Duzenak looking back row. She finds Nelson instead. Back over for Nelson, down the middle, through the block. Rogers gets a hand under it. Summer setting for Duzenak, into the block. Bostic continues it over to Corrigan. Worked around by the Jaguars. Those set near side. Mateos tipped on over. Fox picks up the dig. Bostic over to Duzenak again. Duzenak looking back row, but it's going to be long, and Augusta picks up the point.
Catch your breath there. That was one heck of a set right there. Duzenak just couldn't finish it off.
And this was something the Pacers had to deal with last match. Augusta winning a lot of those long back and forth points. Pacers, however, did not let it rattle them in that first match. Despite dropping the contest to Augusta, they would be able to fight back immediately afterwards. Mateos gives it a swing. Duzenak is there while Fox sets for Rogers. Rogers bounces it over the blockers. Saavedra setting for Snitsarevich, and that one goes out. And just like that, Pacers get the point again.
Yeah, and it so far it's been, yes, there was a couple kills, but a lot of this is errors happening so far. You're hitting it out of bounds, you're hitting it in the net. It's just a lot of errors are happening.
Hogan with serve for the Pacers. Mateos receives it. Poza setting it back for Mateos. Mateos' attack dug by Rogers. Hogan setting for Duzenak. Runs into the block. Bostic finds it. Hogan for Rogers again. Over top of the net. Caught the defense asleep. And Lexi Rogers will get a kill.
And the net helped out big time right there. Ball would have kept in play if it didn't hit the net.
Hogan served to Mateos again. Saavedra sets it up, and Snitsarevich fires that one hard, and they're going to say that one off a tip. Pacers going to argue their case. I don't think they're going to have much of a case. I did hear an extra touch after the swing, so.
Yeah, this is one of the games that I haven't seen where a lot of calls have been questioned by the Pacers and Coach Cox, and he's just in disbelief. It's senior day, but I don't think the refs really care that it's senior day.
It'll be Hunter McFarland at the line for Augusta as they trail the Pacers by 2. Duzenak receives. Hogan sets for Summer. That one runs in the block. Hogan keeps it alive. Summer sends it over, and Anna Summer finds the line for a kill.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to outsmart Summer. She's going to find a way to get that ball back over the net. And that was a smart play and kill for her.
Oh, great effort there by Hogan to pick that one up after the ball came back so fast off the block. And the serve is just wide of the line. Looking for a sneaky service ace, ends up getting the error instead, and Augusta will take the point. And they'll send their libero, Rodriguez, to serve.
Yeah, if AU wants to come out of here with a victory, they're going to have to fight to the end.
Rogers receives the serve. Set for Bishop, blocked at the net. Hogan tries to keep it alive, but can't do much as that came right at her with some speed.
Yeah, there's not much you could do with a block at force like that.
AU back within one. The serve to Rogers. There'll be a set from Hogan over to Rogers. That one off the blockers and out. It's a kill for Rogers, a point for the Pacers.
Now they finally get a call where it tips off of somebody's hands. Seems like they've been fighting that battle all day.
Ella Huckel to serve for the Pacers. Rodriguez receives. Saavedra with the short set. And Witherspoon tried to get it on over, couldn't. And Poza puts it into her own net. The point will go to the Pacers.
Yeah, there was a lot of miscommunication there for AU. They didn't know who was going to hit the ball. Poza just had to go at it because otherwise it was going to land right there in front of them.
They were playing on their heels, and 9 times out of 10, the other team's going to get the point in that situation. Set from Saavedra. Witherspoon fires one down for a kill.
Witherspoon steps up when she can. It's been kind of hard for her today. Usually she's the one leading in kills, but right now that's what, about her second, third one?
Harrington on serve, just gets it on over. Duzenak is there. They'll set for Rogers down the middle, found in the back row. Bump ball at the net to the Pacers' side, and Bishop sends it on in. Jaguars will set for Witherspoon, off the blockers and down. Lane Witherspoon beating the block for the kill.
Now she's starting to step up and realize, hey guys, we're behind. We got to pull this out because it's only going to get harder.
Halfway through this second set, Pacer lead is 1, make it 2 as the ball goes out on the serve. And it's now 14-12 Pacers.
Again, these errors, they're hurting AU.
Well, in that first set, Augusta 1 service ace to 4 errors. When you gift wrap a team that many points on serve, definitely makes it harder to win as we get a service ace from Chloe Duzenak. And the Pacer lead is now 3.
And it's been tough for McFarland trying to dig the ball out. Uh-oh, a little confusion there.
And for a minute there, it looked like, I think Fox was thinking there was a timeout and said she was just getting the go-ahead to serve. Saavedra gives it a swing, and Mia Saavedra getting through the defense for a kill.
Man, that power she just hit right there. I don't think anybody was stopping that one.
Libby Nichols back in to the match to serve. Mateos returns to the floor as well. Short floater, and that's going to be a service ace for Nichols. Bostic made a great effort for it, but couldn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, I saw that rainbow. I was like, is anybody going to react fast enough? And indeed, they did not.
Another short one over top. This time Bostic plays it nicely. Pearson gives it a hard swing, and Avery Pearson picking up the kill.
Yeah, that was a lot of smoke coming off that kill right there. Harrington was just as shocked.
Lexi Rogers serves it up. Mateos comes over to play it. Quick set for Witherspoon. Fox is there, and it's going to get blown dead. Net violation appears to be the call. And they're going to call that one on Duzenak. Witherspoon serves it up. Rogers receives. Fox setting for Corrigan, and Bailey Corrigan finding a way through for a point.
And it's really just a back and forth. If you get in the air, the one team gets an error, the next team gets their point, and then it switches over. So I love this rivalry right here.
Bostic with a service ace as it's shanked all the way back into the bleachers.
Coach Cox got to be proud of his Pacers team after that devastating first set loss. This is a whole different Pacers team in the second set.
Bostic, another hard serve, a little too hard as it goes out through the back end. And the error follows the ace to give Augusta the point. Mia Saavedra serving it up to Rogers. Fox with the set. Corrigan with the tip. Jaguars work it around to Mateos. Runs into the block and knocks it down for the kill.
And that momentum that the Pacers just had is starting to slow down. They got to pick it up, and they got to pick it up right now.
Saavedra serve to Duzenak this time. Fox comes over to set. Corrigan on the attack. Bailey Corrigan rockets one home for the kill.
That right there is an answer to the call. What a kill. Had everybody on the Jags team diving at that one.
And we get a timeout taken by the Jaguar bench. Pacers with a narrow 2-point lead late in the second set, 19-17, trying to even the score up at one set apiece. Timeout comes to an end. We'll get back to the action here at the Convocation Center. USCA 19, Augusta 17. Here in the second set, Augusta leading 1-0 over the Pacers in the season finale, the regular season finale here at USCA. Sydney Hogan at the line for the Pacers. Her serve, worked around by the Jags. Over to Mateos again. Dug up by Duzenak. That one comes right back over. Rogers gets a hand on it, but Mateos is going to come away with a kill regardless.
Yeah, Mateos with that kill. I mean, Rogers was trying to pinpoint it, make sure she gets the right hit on it. Unfortunately, she couldn't do that right there.
Jags with the first point out of the timeout, and they'll send McFarland to the line. Over top of the net, Duzenak got a play on it, but it's going to get slapped down by Snitsarevich as the serve came right back on over. Augusta taking advantage of the miscue. 19 all your score. Duzenak, another tough reception, and again, Snitsarevich firing it down for the point.
Yeah, Coach Cox sees that right there. I mean, it's two costly mess-ups right there for Duzenak.
Augusta takes the lead 20-19, and as the Pacers take a timeout, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the tiebreaker scenario here for the PBC tournament. As we said, Augusta and Flagler currently tied with 11-3 overall records. Flagler with the tiebreaker. Flagler plays Lander at 3 o'clock today. Lander sits at 10-4. If Flagler wins, it doesn't matter what else happens. They are the number 1 seed and the regular season champion. If Flagler and Augusta both win, Flagler still is the number 1 seed, but they will share the regular season title with Augusta, who will be the number 2. If Lander wins and Flagler and Augusta lose, well, Flagler would have to lose playing Lander, they will all be 11-4, and in the head-to-head matchup, Lander will win the regular season title as the number 1 seed as they sit 4-2 in head-to-head matchups with both Flagler and Augusta. Augusta's 3-3. Flagler is 2-4 overall in that regard.
A lot of relying on one another to fail, and that's just something you don't want to have.
Pacers able to work this back over to Bishop. Runs into the block and down. Bishop watching it go down for another kill.
And here we are in the fight to 5 with 25. And man, somebody has got to take away, or you're going to be neck and neck all the way.
Chloe Duzenak serving. It's Rodriguez picking it up. Attack from Nelson. Bostic reaches out and got a hand on it, but sends it way on out of bounds, and Augusta takes the point back.
And that's just, Nelson is just, I mean, it's tough to stop her kills.
The hard serve goes into Bostic. A set for Rogers, runs into the defense. Pacers work it around. Ellie Bishop gives it a swing. Jaguars ready for it. Set for Nelson again, and Nelson runs into the net. They're going to blow it dead. The point goes to the Pacers.
And again, that's not often you see Nelson hitting the ball and it's going into the net.
21-21 is your score as Anna Summer goes to the line for USCA. Sends her serve into Nelson. Saavedra with the set. Witherspoon tips it. Pacers trying to set it on up as Hogan just bumps it on over. Saavedra again setting for Witherspoon, and this one is buried.
Oh my goodness. Was anybody ready for that? I don't think anybody was ready for that.
That was just one of those really great swings that there's not a lot anybody can do unless you time your block perfectly. And even then, not that great of a chance of stopping it.
They shocked the entire arena with that one.
The serve through Rogers. Hogan sets for Bishop, and Allie Bishop again beating the block for another kill.
Yeah, this is going to be neck and neck all the way to the finish. May even be have to win by 2 at this point.
It's just been neck and neck the whole way. Even the first set, despite it being a 3-point victory for Augusta, was until the wire. A 1-point affair all the way through as Nelson gets it through the defense for another kill.
There's not much you can do with that. You had your block team right there. Just again, it doesn't hit your hands. It hits one of your forearms and it goes out of bounds.
With a 1-point advantage, USCA is going to take the timeout. Augusta leading the Pacers 23-22 late in the second set. Pacers trying to knot the score. Augusta trying to go up 2-0. We get back to the action. 23-22, Augusta leading the Pacers here in set number 2.
You know what would clear up all of that conference title confusion is the USC Pacers taking away the souls in the victory on senior day.
That may make it even more confusing because then he got the chance that Lander takes the match from Flagler. And that just sends everybody into a tizzy. But Libby Nichols serving for Augusta. Duzenak, a little trouble with it. Bostic brings it back in, and Pearson just sends it over. Augusta working with the free play over to Mateos, and Mateos tried to tip it. Pacer block came early, but they were able to recover nicely. Nichols plays it in the back row. Rodriguez back to Mateos. Harder swing this time. Bostic comes over to play it. Fox will set for Pearson through the block. Harrington is there. Saavedra setting for Witherspoon. Fox digs that one up. Over to Corrigan now. Corrigan's attack goes off the top of the net and out. That'll be a point for Augusta. They lead 24-22, and it is set point Jaguars.
Seemed like the shades of the last set.
Nichols serve. Played to Duzenak. The setup for Corrigan on the middle, blocked. Corrigan is there. Attack from Rogers. That one gets through the block. Rodriguez meets it. A set for Witherspoon, tries to punch it on over, and now they will. Back to Duzenak. Fox for Corrigan. Corrigan tips over the block, and Corrigan.
Wow.
They're going to say that one landed out, and Augusta will take the set 25-22 to go up 2-0 as the teams switch sides. We'll take a break as well and be back in about 5 minutes with set number 3. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the USCA Convocation Center for set number 3 between USCA and Augusta University. Augusta leading 2-0 over USCA, winning both sets 1 and 2 by scores of 25-22. Back and forth affairs the whole way up until the final few points.
And it's crazy because their percentage, the Pacers' percentage went down, but yet they still lost by 3, just like in the first set. Most of this comes from errors. That's why they're losing the game, but then still in the game at the same time. So it's kind of confusing.
Sydney Hogan gets us underway, and Anna Summer with a polite tap down onto the floor for the point. Hogan serves it on up. Rodriguez, Saavedra, attack from Nelson. That one runs off the blockers. Pacers work it around, over to Duzenak. And Duzenak's attack goes off a fingertip and out. Point for the Pacers.
And this is what they needed. A little momentum start up to see if they can keep that going. They got to get out of their own way if they want to win and have a chance to spoil AU's day.
Hogan, hard serve. Rodriguez receives. The set for Sincerevich, picked up by Bostic. They'll set for Summer again. Anna Summer's attack is long. Point goes to Augusta.
Not common for Summer to hit that out of bounds, but always have your miss-ups here and there.
Well, it's Julie Rodriguez to serve for AU. Rodriguez, serve goes into the net. Point goes to USCA.
And Rodriguez, she's upset right there. As usual, Coach Coyle says she has a feisty fight in her, and she wants to win. And that right there was not what she wanted.
Duzenak with a hard serve, and Chloe Duzenak picking up another service ace. Her second ace of the afternoon.
That's good to help in this lead right now.
Duzenak's service to Nelson again. This will be returned as Witherspoon gives it a tap. Duzenak digs that out. Over to Bishop. Bishop runs into the block, and it's sent on over. I think they're going to say one too many touches. No, it's a lift is the call. The point goes to Augusta. And they'll send out Sydney Harrington to serve. The serve is to Rogers. Will be played by Hogan. Back to Rogers. Good swing. Rodriguez gets the dig. Over to Witherspoon, and Witherspoon fires it down for a kill.
Coach Quarles is laughing over here because Harrington ran into Saavedra, but either way, Witherspoon with the kill. That puts her at 6, tying it with Sincerevich and Mateos.
Harrington serve a bit too hard, goes out the back end. Pacers will take the point and hold on to the lead.
Now, AU had 7 service errors so far total. When the 4 goes to USCA, that is what's helping in a way with the lead for the Pacers.
Ella Hukel with serve. Played by McFarland. They'll set for Witherspoon. Runs into the block. Kept up into the air. Nelson gives it a swing. Hukel is there to get the dig. Attack from Rogers. Rogers looking to hit line, but she hits it just wide. That'll be a point for Augusta.
Yeah, trying to get around that block team, but that is not the right side to do it. You're facing against the out of bounds, and like you said, didn't work.
Libby Nichols, fresh off the bench to serve. Now she gets the go-ahead to send it. Serve to Duzenak, some trouble with it. Rogers comes over to bring it back in, and Hogan will bump it on over. Augusta setting it up. Witherspoon on the attack, and Witherspoon gets through the block for a kill.
Here she goes, right behind Nelson. And if those two start to fire up, it's going to be a long, long match.
Nichols serves it up again. Duzenak receives. Hogan will set, and nobody there to pick it up. Pearson thought she had somebody crashing the net to give it a swing, but the only one crashing was the libero, and Kira Bostic just trying to keep the play alive.
You can't have that. Not in a close matchup like this. Everybody's got to be on point and attentive.
Nichols serving to Duzenak again. Hogan will set for Bishop. Bishop's attack, dug up, kept up, and sent over. Bostic will start the play. Hogan for Bishop again, and this time Bishop finds pay dirt. Another kill for Allie Bishop. She's in double digits.
And that's what we've been waiting for, and what the Pacers been needing is Bishop to fire up.
Madison Fox to serve for USCA. Patterson back onto the floor as well. The setup for Mateo. That one gets through the block. Bostic. Fox pushing it on over. Jaguars looking for a ball handling error. Not going to get the call as the play will continue. Rodriguez setting for Saavedra. And they're going to blow it dead. Net violation will be the call. It's going to go against Lexi Rogers.
Yeah, these errors have been the name of the game today for both teams. Error left and right.
The serve from Witherspoon goes to Rogers. Trying to shovel it over as Fox. Augusta was ready for it. Fox sends it up for Rogers, and that one is stuffed. It's Mia Saavedra and Sofia Snitsarevich picking up the block, and they give Augusta a 2-point lead now.
And they've been neck and neck with blocks. Here we go, AU taking the lead with blocks now. And team overall 6. Like I said, it's been a neck and neck battle between both teams.
Lane Witherspoon serving now for the Jaguars. Her serve into Corrigan. Set up here for Pearson, and Avery Pearson threads it through for a kill.
Like you said, threaded through the needle right there. Nobody was ready to react and hit that.
Bailey Corrigan to serve for the Pacers. Witherspoon goes down to play it. They'll set for Snitsarevich, dug up by Bostic. The set from Fox, attack from Pearson, and that one is blocked. It was the 6'3 Mateos and 6'2 Snitsarevich forming the tower. The Pacers just could not get over.
And the 6'2 Pearson, yeah, it's 1-on-2. You're not getting that through.
And Lauren Pose is going to come back into the match for Augusta, taking over for Harrington as Saavedra goes to the line. First serve is to Corrigan. Makes a nice play on it. Fox sets for Duzenak. Through the block, Rodriguez is there. This one will get bumped over by Saavedra. Bostic starts the play. Fox setting for Duzenak again. That one will go off the block and out. A kill for Duzenak and a point for the Pacers.
Point Pacers.
Bostic, fast serve. Mateos plays it. Nelson sets it. Attack from Mateos, gets through the defense. Bounces around, and Duzenak's able to send it over. Quick set here for Snitsarevich. Bostic gets under that one, sends it back over. Another set for Snitsarevich. This one will go long, and the point goes to the Pacers. We're tied at 9.
Yeah, that was very powerful in that one. The first one was lucky enough to get dug up, but the second one, they were like, let it go.
The serve from Bostic, just a tad long, looking to go to that back corner. Just missed it by about 4 or 5 inches. That'll send McFarland to the line for Augusta. The serve to Bostic. Fox will set it up for Patterson, trying to punch it over. Worked around back by the Pacers off the block. Attack from Duzenak looking to go back row, just a little too long. And it's another point for Augusta.
And have these mistakes. You can't let this lead slip away because AU will pull it away. They know what's at stake.
A 2-point advantage for the visitors, 11-9. As the serve, nasty looking spin on that one. And it'll be a service ace for Hunter McFarland. Absolutely froze the Pacers. And that's going to draw a timeout from Coach Cox and the USCA bench. Halfway through the third set, Augusta up 12-9 over USCA, trying to win this in straight sets. We'll get back to the action. Augusta nursing a 3-point lead over the Pacers. Here in set number 3 as Hunter McFarland serves it into the net. And the Pacers will gladly take the free point out of the break.
Yeah, again, those service errors have been the hurt for AU, leading for both teams in service errors.
Sydney Hogan with serve, and she gift wraps the point right back again. A service error for Hogan. Augusta takes the point, and they're back in front by 3.
It's like you get a service error, you get a service error. They have to clean this up. It's been 2 sets already, and they're still having the same mistakes.
Sofia Snitsarevich with serve. The hard serve played by Corrigan. Set for Anna Summer, and Anna Summer firing it down for the kill.
Well, hello. Anna Summer said, nah, not today.
And a relatively quiet match for Anna Summer. Only her, I believe, her 6th kill on the match. Duzenak with serve. The setup for Witherspoon. That one runs into the block. Pacers work it around. Over to Corrigan. Corrigan's attack. Saavedra trying to save it. At the last minute was McFarland, but couldn't catch up to it fast enough as it gets punched into the press box over here.
Yeah, they tried to take me out, Marcus. They didn't want me to call the game anymore, man.
Duzenak with serve. Nelson receives. They'll set for Nelson. Oh, and Nelson climbs the ladder and buries one down the line.
Wow.
There are some swings you just know are going to be a point. That was one of them.
Right, there's a lot of smoke in the air. One from Summer, one from Nelson. They got to clear it out because it's getting smoky in here.
Sydney Harrington returning to the line to serve. The serve just makes its way over. Hogan tried to save it. But there's really nothing you can do when the ball just rolls over. An excuse me service ace for Harrington.
Yeah, you just got to get mad at the net on that one.
This one to Corrigan. Hogan comes over to play it to Duzenak. Duzenak's attack in the back row dug up. Attack from Nelson. That one runs into the block. Summer keeps it going, but a swing and a kill from Lane Witherspoon puts it under the point as Augusta now sitting up by 4. Largest lead we've seen from either team.
I said you can't give it to them because they'll pull it away, and that's what they're doing. If it's not Nelson, it's Witherspoon, and you have to be ready for both of them.
Harrington's serve. Corrigan. Hogan smartly plays it off the net. Jaguars work it around. Over to Nelson again. Tipped over the block. Corrigan lays out for it, but both Duzenak and Bostic were backing up when they needed to be crashing in, and neither one could get to the ball in time.
I think they were scared to hit each other.
And we get a timeout taken by the Pacers. Augusta leading 17-12. We'll take a break as well. Be back in just a minute. Augusta on a bit of a run here. A 5-point lead for the visitors. Largest lead of the day for either team. As it's 17-12 after the timeout. Pacers trying to fight back in to keep this match alive. Harrington serves it up to Bostic. Hogan sets for Allie Bishop. And Allie Bishop doing what she's been doing all day. Going right at the block and coming away with a kill.
Again, she's been the spark for this team. She's been the kill leader for this team today, and they need to lean on her back if they want to win this set.
Ella Hukel going to the line to serve, sends it in. Tough handle, almost hit the ground. Witherspoon gives it a swing, blocked but kept alive. Harrington setting for Nelson. Nelson's attack, Hukel gets it in the back row. Hogan will set for Bishop. Bishop's attack, blocked but kept alive. Hogan to Corrigan. Corrigan trying to go opposite side, and it's going to be wide. And the point goes to Augusta.
Great hustle over here by the Jags to get after that ball.
It was an 18-13 lead for Augusta now. And they're going to bring Nichols back onto the floor to serve.
One thing the Pacers can't do is let this go away from them. They got to try and build momentum here and right now.
The serve goes into Duzenak. Hogan with a good set. Bishop punches it on over, played by Saavedra. The set from Mateos. That attack is going to be long, and nobody touched it. Point goes to the Pacers.
Now they got to build off of this right here. And what they've been fighting in the last two sets, they can't let the third set slip away because this is the most important.
Well, taking a look at some of the numbers, Allie Bishop closing in on her season high in kills. She has 14 is the most she's picked up in a match this year. As this one goes out, and the point goes to the Pacers on a bad reception.
That's awesome for Bishop. So there's a lot of what she can do for the Pacers next year.
The serve from Duzenak is going to be long, and it's a point for Augusta.
You can't have those. Again, service errors has been the name of this game today. They have to clean that up. It's too crucial in the moment right now.
Witherspoon's serve goes to Corrigan. She'll set for Pearson. Pearson's attack goes to Nelson. And now Nelson gives it a nice swing. Bostic digs that in the back row. Fox with the set for Pearson. Witherspoon plays that. Now it's over to Mateos again. Off the block, Bostic picks it up. Fox to Corrigan. Corrigan, hard swing, dug by Nelson in the back end. Short set for Spitserevich, and she buries that down in front of Duzenak for the kill.
Let me tell you, if you leave the middle wide open and she sees nothing but court, she's going to hit that with all her power, and that's what she did right there.
Witherspoon's serve is to Corrigan again. Fox will set for Pearson. Tipped on over. Worked around by the Jags. Back to Mateos. That one off the block and down. Another kill for Mateos and another point for Augusta. They're starting to run away with it now. 21-15 your score.
Like I said, you give it to them, they will run away with it, and that's what they've been doing.
Serve into Duzenak. Fox to Corrigan. Tries to backhand it over. Back over to the Pacer end. Hope for Pearson. Off the block. Spitserevich stays with it. Saavedra sets it back up for her. The attack just going to miss wide of the line. And the Pacers will take the point.
She had it. She had it. There was nobody there. She had the right plan. just couldn't keep it in bounds.
Corrigan on serve. Nelson receives. Set back up from Saavedra, and she'll get it down in front of Corrigan. Another kill for Nelson, and another point for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and you're starting to see it slip away inside of the Pacers' faces. It's almost as if they're like, we don't know what's going on right now.
And now Mia Saavedra will serve for Augusta. 22-16 is their lead. Fox with time sets for Patterson, and Tucker Patterson fires one down for the kill.
Now that was a nice one. Woo.
Kira Bostic with serve. Sends it into Mateos. Saavedra sets it. This one pushed for the back corner. Corrigan ready for it. Fox will set again for Summer. Summer's attack over the block, but Saavedra is there. Attack from Nelson. Bostic in the back end. Up for Anna Summer again. Bounces around a bit. And Poza will give it a swing on over. Patterson got a hand on it. Back over to the Jag side. Sincerevich setting for Mateos, and that one is blocked. It's Tucker Patterson and Anna Summer getting the stuff and getting the point for the Pacers.
Now we got some life coming into them. They're stepping up right here. Tucker Patterson doing what she has to do, helping out Summer on that block. AU not ready for it.
Serve coming on in. Jaguars will set attack from Poza, and that one's down in front of Bostic for the kill.
When you feel the momentum coming back on your side, it just gets taken away with a kill like that. Still not over yet.
The serve is down in front of Bailey Corrigan. It'll be a service ace for McFarland, and we are at match point, 24-18 AU. The serve into Corrigan again. Up for Anna Summer, looking to go to the corner. McFarland finds it. Saavedra sets for Nelson. Nelson's attack through the block. Bounces up for Duzenak, and Duzenak's attack is wide, and that will do it. The Augusta Jaguars pick up the win, 25-18, to win it in three straight sets. With the win, Augusta improving to 24-7 overall and 12-3 in conference play, and they have guaranteed at least a share of the regular season title for the Peach Belt Conference. They await the final results of the 3 o'clock match between Flagler and Lander. If Flagler wins, they will be the 1 seed and share the conference title with Augusta. If Lander wins, Augusta will stand alone as the number 1 seed and the lone regular season champion.
Yeah,
but yeah, go ahead. Yeah, all you.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, yeah, Coach Quarles was just talking about this all week on how they already know what they have to do against the rival in Aiken. That was what they were fueled off on, and they came out here. They already beat them twice, so they swept them today, and they swept them in all the matchups. And now the hands lie in Lander against Flagler for them to have a chance to tie.
But that will do it here from the Convocation Center for the 2025 USCA volleyball season. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout the year. I'm Marcus Johnson, and for Ellison Hubbard, we thank you again, and we will see you next year for 2026 volleyball. Have a good one.